We'll get going with Scott Billick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks, Gregor. Blake, how much more difficult is that loss, given that you guys were able to, find some goals, but, ended up, giving it away in the end?
I mean, they're all hard right now. We just can't get over the hump. So, I mean, that one definitely hurts, but, so did the last one. So did the one before that.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Like, you guys got the start that you wanted, the lead that you wanted. Where did it seem to slip away for you guys?
I'm not really sure. I mean, sort of second period, got hemmed in our zone a few times, but it was pretty even game.
We'll go back to Scott Billick. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks, Gregor. Blake, what's going to take at this point to get out of it? I mean, you guys haven't found the answer yet, but what is the answer at this point?
Yeah, I guess we don't know that. Otherwise, we probably would have won the game tonight. So I think it's a real test of our team, our group, our character, and certainly one of the toughest stretches we had in a long time. So just try to put together 60-minute efforts and hope that's good enough to get a result.
And final question to Jeff Hamilton from the Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Like, obviously the loss is frustrating, but is it more frustrating the fact that a number of those goals seem to be somewhat self-inflicted, or does it make sense that if you look at the tape, you're going to know that you're able to kind of fix some of those errors? Yeah,
I mean, mistakes happen all over the ice. That's the name of the game. So, to be honest with you, I can't pinpoint exactly what happened where, what mistakes were what, but they make mistakes no different than us, and maybe we made a few more than they did tonight. I'm not exactly sure, but they capitalized on it, so you got to give them credit.
Thanks very much, Blake. Going with Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Thanks, Gregor. Evening, Trevor. What's going to take to pull your group out of this rut?
Oh, I mean, it's adversity. I mean, we'll only get better from this. So we just got to keep digging, keep playing, and find a way through this for sure.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Trevor. Hey, Trevor, what's you build up the 3-1 lead, you get the start finally that you want. Where did things start to slip away for you?
I think they got their transition game going a little bit on us, and I don't know if we let up a little bit, but they started getting their forecheck going and turning pucks over, and I don't think we were as good at getting the pucks in and getting on their D, but. It's a tough grind for us right now, and we got to find a way through it.
We'll go next to Scott Billick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks, Gregor. Trevor, does that one sting more than the previous other 5? Just the way that you guys did have a couple 2-goal leads in that game and just ended up losing by 2 instead.
I think all losses suck, so I don't know if it stings any worse, but yeah, it's. We had the lead. I think we should have won that game. So we'll learn from it. Watch some video. get back to work and go from there.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Trevor. Last game, your teammates were saying that game that you played last game was a step forward. Is this game another step back?
No, I think we were right there, obviously. A couple more bounces. The guy fans on a shot, goes through our legs. It's just the way it's going right now. So I thought we can definitely take some positives out of that one. It's they're not going to be easy. So, like I said, we just got to get back to work tomorrow.
Just a couple more for Trevor. We'll go next to Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Trevor, the penalty kill has been a strength for your group lately, but the last couple games, giving up a few goals. Anything stand out? Seems like the other teams are being able to generate a little bit more traffic in the last two games.
Yeah, I mean, the last one it was a pretty good shot too. So I mean, they got a lot of skill on power plays, and whether it's getting in more lanes or what we need to do, but I'm sure we'll take a look at it and figure it out.
And final question to Jeff Hamilton from the Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Trevor, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about your evening. Two goals, two nice goals. Just kind of talk about your night. I know it's not great to talk after a loss. And second part of that question is, you've been in this league a very long time. You've been on some really good teams. So what's the important part to get out of these ruts when things aren't going well?
Yeah, I think adversity is a good thing. It's a good thing we're going through it right now and not in a couple weeks. So, I just think we learn from it, and it's not doesn't come easy sometimes. So, you just got to find a way through. I think everyone's just got to simplify things and get back to the grind and what got us here. And I think we'll be better for it.
Thanks very much, Trevor. With Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Thanks, Gregor. Evening, Paul. What's going to take to dig yourselves out of this rut, Paul?
Well, when you get into a tough situation like this, and then there's not a whole lot of things that are easy for you. I mean, I think we touched three of the four. Either on our stick, off our stick, and onto theirs. You're battling it. So you've got to put yourself in that mental place that you can have good things happen and not fear the worst when you get out in the ice and be afraid to make the play, to make the mistake. We had some pucks that I think we had a hard time moving, had a hard time handling, but for the most part, the effort there, they're fighting there, they're trying to do the right things. It's just not rolling for you. So you just got to keep that faith and keep the faith in what you're doing and how hard you're working.
We'll go next to Scott Billick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks, Gregor. And Paul, does that one sting a little bit more than the previous 5, just because you held 2?
Yeah, because you get to 3-1 and you're feeling good about your game, and normally there's enough positive feeling on the bench that one bad thing goes on you, you'll be able to hold on. So even coming out into the third, at 3, you're not dejected by it. They're going a little better. Yeah, that's a tougher one for sure.
We'll go next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Paul. After Wednesday's game, it seemed that there were some process things to point out to and like, and maybe you were leaning on that as a positive to build from. Do you still feel that those things are there, and what will you build from here?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part they're there. I mean, we have a little tougher time on our PK for sure. That's been tough, and it's been good for us. I think we're going to get a real good PKer back for our next game. Hopefully that'll shore that area up for us a little bit. I think we'll be able to move some pieces around and get to something that I think we'll have a little more success with.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Paul, not to be overly critical, but if you look at the first goal, it's a routine miss on the boards. The second goal is a lazy change by your forwards that leads to an odd man rush. Your third goal is a whiff puck in front of the net. They almost take the lead with the final seconds on a give up back check from pretty much your entire team. And then the third period happens. So where is the progress?
Well, Jeff, we missed the puck on the first one. You're right. The second one wasn't a lazy change. It was a late change. The third goal is a power play goal, and I'm not too worried about where we are. I wouldn't panic yet.
We'll go next to Guillaume Lefrançois from La Presse. Go ahead, Guillaume.
Hi, Paul. It seems like a couple of the Montreal goals were on sort of weird bounces. Is that how you see them as well as a coach, or do you still see areas in those goals where there's things you could have done better as a team?
We made a tough change. I think, like I said, I think we touched or we're close to touching 3 of them. That they're on our stick and off our stick. The first one's picking one up off the boards. Real good player that's done it a million times, and it's just we couldn't get a handle on it. So I think we're tight right now. I think we're fighting the puck right now, as you do when you get into these situations. And we've got to get a good feeling going to get ourselves some confidence back to make those simpler plays happen for us.
Just a couple more for Coach. We'll go back to Scott Billick. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks, Gregor. Paul, given the timing of the losing streak and just some of the play that's happened during it, you say not to panic yet, but fans are. I'm sure you can understand. I mean, when should they panic then, if not now?
We got a good team here, and we're going through a real struggle. So you can panic at your own time, but we won't here.
Final question to Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Paul, how do you find that exhale when it comes to the offense and generating that confidence that you had for such a strong, portion of this season?
It's an excellent question, right? So as I said before, you've got to get something to go for you a little bit and relax. And sometimes it's a bit of a break, a little bit of a mental break, and come back and start fresh. So obviously there's no easy answers. Confidence is such a difficult thing to define. It's such a hard thing to capture. And at 3-1, it's starting to blossom a little bit for us, and we shot ourselves in the foot on that goal, and it got away from us.
Thanks very much, Coach.